From the Primera Blue Cross Studio, New Day Northwest starts now.
Good morning and welcome to New Day Northwest. I'm St. Brian, in for Margaret with Cairo Radio's Rachel Bell. How is it going?
It's going good. It's
so
going
far,
good.
Yeah.
They always say, you know, you have a face for radio, so I'm putting that on the TV today.
Oh, well, you've got an awesome face.
Thank you, Saint.
And we've got an awesome first segment.
We do, yeah. We get to talk about sticky buns today.
Yep. First up is a Seattle restaurant with a reputation for having some of the best sticky buns in the country. Yelp users voted for the breakfast treat that's served up daily at Redwing Cafe in Rainier Beach. And who do we have with us here?
Today we have the owner and chef, Anthony Campbell, here to talk about making an amazing sticky bun. So first of all, I know this sounds kind of like a basic question, but I feel like there's sticky buns and then there's cinnamon rolls. So what's the difference? What is a sticky bun? How does it
The dough is almost the same. It's a yeasted dough. It's a little bit sweet. It's got some. It's got an egg and a yolk in it, so it's that gives it a richness. The main difference between sticky buns and cinnamon rolls is the caramel. So you can see our finished product here that I baked this morning, and then our tray of caramel that we're going to demonstrate how to use today.
So no frosting, just sticky,
no frosting,
kind of
just sticky,
gooey, yeah.
And it's got cardamom, which makes it a little different, and just the sweet, rich, sticky caramel.
So if we haven't been to Redwing Cafe before, you're in Rainier Beach, and what is happening with Rainier Beach these days? It seems to be really up and coming.
Yeah, our restaurant is on a cute little business district. We're about 4 years old, and yeah, it's a very friendly, diverse neighborhood. And my wife and I decided to open the restaurant because there wasn't really a place to get good coffee, healthy food, that we could walk to.
It is true. You've got healthy food here, but we want to get into this stuff. This is what we want. So let's get started. How do you make sticky buns?
Well, I mixed up this yeasted dough this morning. I'm going to roll it out. While I'm doing this, if you want to chop, I toasted some pecans, and
should I chop all of them?
Yeah, chop all of them, and we'll put that in the caramel.
That's called an artful pecan bay.
That works.
There she goes.
There we go, chopping.
This is the point where some bakers would punch the dough.
You're not a violent man.
I don't think that's appropriate.
So when you say healthy food, what are you serving? I noticed that you had avocado toast on the menu, which is basically the law these days.
Great.
You can go to jail if you don't have that on your menu.
We have sandwiches. We have fresh soup every day. Delicious salads. And,
look at that.
Yeah, there's some pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, so healthy breakfast and lunch.
One of my favorite jobs was being a barista, and part of it was just getting to talk to people every day, and I called it 5-minute friendships. Like, people come in, you don't really know anything like deep in their lives, but you have these like great conversations that bring you energy, and you get to kind of find out about who's in the community. Are you kind of a community space as well?
Yeah, a lot of little community groups and book club and Spanish club meet there.
Yeah.
And there's a great dance studio next door. So the parents drop off their kids and
come and
hang
gorge on
out at the
cinnamon rolls.
cafe. So I get to know all the kids, and so yeah, it's a real community meeting space.
And Anthony, how did you get started cooking?
Well, I used to be a carpenter, and at some point I just decided that I wanted to try something else, and so I just started practicing. I had a few restaurant jobs in my 20s, but yeah, the baking, just practice. I watched some Julia Child shows to help. Yeah,
classic.
She's got a great segment on croissants, which ours have gotten really good.
Yeah.
You know, hand me that filling. I'll spread that in here.
So what's in this filling? It looks like brown sugar.
Brown sugar, butter, pecans, cardamom, a little salt.
I like that you do cardamom. I haven't heard of that in a sticky bun before.
Yeah. So I'm just going to spread this on here.
Yum.
And roll it up.
Rachel, you're doing a terrific job.
Thank you so much, Shane. I know that you're a professional nut cutter, so that coming from you means a lot.
It does.
Yeah. I don't know how small to make these. I'm just doing a rough chop.
Any, you know, rough is fine. Yeah.
I'm going to puree them.
So after this gets rolled up, we're going to sprinkle them on the caramel.
Okay.
And,
So there's a pool of caramel on the bottom, And then are you just going to are you going to cut this log into pieces?
Yeah, I'm going to cut this log, and then we will set these in the caramel. And then they can be kept in the fridge for a few days or baked the same day. We'll let the dough rise one more time.
So is this something you could make the night before, and then in the morning you could just throw them in the oven, so you don't have to wake up at 4 in the morning to make sticky buns for your family?
Well, you might have to wake up at 4 in the morning to take them out of the fridge and let them sit for a couple hours and rise again.
So maybe just go to Redwing instead.
Yeah. There is a link to the recipe on your website.
Nice.
But it's a lot of steps involved.
So now that you open this cafe, do you still cook at home, or are you kind of burnt out from just cooking at the restaurant?
I don't cook at home too much. Yeah, that's true. So
it's just Taco Bell every night. Sticky buns every morning.
Well, I'm at the cafe every day, pretty much. So most of my meals are there.
And the cafe's also become a little bit of a art hangout, hasn't it?
Yeah, we have a rotating art show. So every 2 months, the art changes, and a new show actually just went up. And we have art opening this Friday, 6 to 9 p.m., if anyone wants to join us.
And where do these artists come from? Are they local?
They're mostly neighborhood people. Yeah. The current artist lives in Columbia City. I don't remember her name, but
I love her.
You can meet her Friday night.
She's one of my favorite artists. Yeah.
We're usually open just till 4 p.m., but on Friday we'll be open late for the art show.
So it's a really diverse neighborhood. Have you kind of been influenced at all, as the years have gone by and you've seen who your clientele is? Have you kind of had any influence culinarily on the foods that you serve to kind of incorporate some of that?
You know, on a personal level, people tell me stuff they'd like, and we make it. I guess just that.
What's the next step here? I don't want to
sprinkle these in the caramel.
Can I be the sprinkler?
Yes.
That's a pretty easy job.
Oh, it's a hard caramel. Oh, I thought it was going to be squishy.
Soft,
okay.
But it's hard now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
it's fine. And once it gets in the oven, it'll become gooey and melty.
Okay.
And then we're just going to set these in here.
Right on top, huh?
Right on top.
And what do they melt down?
They melt down after it gets baked and then cooled a little. The whole pan will get flipped onto a plate or platter.
Oh, okay.
And then that's how the caramel and pecans end up on top. Yeah.
This is what we end up with, right?
Yep.
Is this the part where we eat it? Is it that kind of show?
It's going to be messy to eat, but you're welcome to.
Did you bring your TV, babe?
I did not, but I'll go for it.
Okay.
What the heck?
Yeah.
It is
They're
sticky.
very sticky.
It is sticky.
Hard to get out of there.
I just thought it was a clever name. Oh, but they're still warm. Do you want one too?
I'm going to pass.
You're good? Have you had enough sticky buns? Or are you secretly
I don't want to mess up my face. You know?
Oh, you do look gorgeous.
You've also got croissants over here.
Yeah, those are much.
Let's talk about those.
Yeah.
Well, I eat these.
Yum.
Yeah, Julia Child in practice. A lot of butter.
You got to get up early for these, though.
Yeah.
What kind of hours do you, when do you sleep?
I have another baker, but when I'm baking, I get there about 5. So it's kind of nice.
It's a dreadful time of the day.
I've gotten used to it. And it's kind of nice, like on cold, rainy mornings, to be in a warm kitchen with a cup of tea and everyone else is asleep.
Kind of like have your thoughts in the morning and have a warm, just have your alone time.
And then when people do start showing up, they're happy to see you.
So have you found any similarities between the job you had before and this one? Is there anything similar between construction and baking?
Well, there's much less measuring in baking. I kind of wing it a little bit more. Yeah. The outfit is very important.
These are adding a completely new layer to my teeth this morning.
Yeah, it's going to be there for a while.
It's going to be there.
And the lip.
It's good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a carpenter, I was usually alone every day working, so I really like the community aspect. I'm always talking to people, lots of 5-minute conversations.
5-minute friendships.
Yeah. So.
Well, the recipe for these delicious, right? Delicious sticky buns have been posted online, so you'll want to check that out as soon as you can. I don't think you're going to be able to make them this good, though.
No, you have to go to Redwing.
Maybe. Yeah.
You think? Okay. Well, anyway, still ahead. The first Seahawks game of the season is in the books, and we're going to break down the team's close loss in Denver after this quick break.
This New Day cooking segment brought to you by Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery, powered by Electrolux.